He's Anders. I'm not.
That's right. He's Nige. I'm not. So there we go. Now you know. And welcome to the Beer Kit Festival review. As some of you may know, and a lot of you have made us aware of the fact that you know we did a Beer Kit Festival a couple of months back. Where we did
Well, we
19
started it a couple of months. We filmed it in May, and it started going out in July.
Yeah, but it was done over one
June,
day, wasn't it?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, well, 6 episodes. If you haven't seen them, go back, watch them.
Really do.
We're very proud of them. We filmed the whole lot in one day.
One day, absolutely. And you'll see the deterioration from episode 1 to episode 6, where we're all a little bit woohoo.
Now, the purpose of this episode, we want to just pick our favourites from the day while we're sober-ish.
Yeah, ish, absolutely. Having said that, we've just done a little film for the beer channel.
It's coming up soon.
Which is coming up soon. And obviously we can't talk about beer on here without having a beer here.
Yeah. So what beer have you got, Anders?
I've gone for a healthy breakfast stout.
Oh, very hearty.
Yeah, from Arbor.
Oh, I've not had a bad beer from them.
They're a Bristol-based company, and I absolutely adore every single one that they do. This is a coffee and chocolate stout, and if it was human, I'd want to marry it.
I've got an old favourite. I've gone for the old Tom.
Oh, Tom. Oh, wow. I haven't had that in a long, long time.
Either have I. I found one in the cupboard, a couple of years old. Oh, my word. Smells like a fruitcake.
Yeah, it does. Got a lovely beer. What's the ABV on them? Because it's quite big, isn't it?
8.5.
8.5.
That's why it's a little bottle.
Yeah. I'm a full 1.1% behind you at 7.4.
You've got a big can though.
Yeah, I have. Yeah. So
anyway, with this review,
yeah. No, go on.
Oh, it's just looking like engine oil coming out there.
Look at that.
Anyway, we're now armed with beers for this episode, so I feel far more comfortable.
Yeah.
We've decided we had different snacks with all the
we did.
And there was 19 different beers, and we're going to pick our top 3 beers of the day.
Yeah.
Our favorite snack of the day, and our top 3 beers that we would definitely go and buy a kit again.
Yeah.
Or well,
that sort of thing. Yeah.
My top 3 aren't in any particular order because I can't.
No, it's really tricky trying to go back on it, and I think we both had to go back and start watching these bids again.
Yeah. But anyway, on the day, your top 3 beers, Anders, what were they?
Top 3 beers, right? Okay. I'm sorry, it's one of mine.
No surprise there.
It's the Young's American Pale Ale IPA.
Yeah,
which was just a shockingly good brew.
That's in my top 3 also.
Is it? Right, okay.
That was probably close to the beer. Well, one of the beers of the day.
I think it was. I wouldn't have said it otherwise.
Yeah.
So there's that. I think 2 surprises for me.
Yeah.
Because one we'd done on the channel, Triple Tykes.
Yeah.
Which I thought was all right. I thought that was quite nice. But you found one that was, I don't know how old.
Yeah. It was very lively. We had to pour it to jugs.
Yeah. But my God, what a taste.
It was good.
It really was good. And I'm stuck. I'm stuck on the third one, and your Cooper's English Bitter was very good, but I think just for a little bit of coverage, I would say Mark's Cooper's Lager with the diamond yeast.
Other Cooper's Lager, just
Yeah,
that was that was good.
that was really good. I just to give it a full range of different tastes and stuff like that.
Well,
I think I'd probably
I
go
don't think
low.
like the Youngs, the festival, not the
Mm,
festival, the Youngs American IPA, as you said, that just blew
I
me
don't.
away.
Yeah,
I also on the day, Bad Cat.
there
I've
was Bad
never
Cat. That was up
tasted
there as
the
well.
Bad
Certainly.
Cat that
Yeah.
good before. Uh, it must have been about 14 months, a year in the bottle.
Was it
Uh,
really? Okay.
yeah, it was. I mean, I had one bottle between the four of us, but that was so good. And the third one
Mm-hmm.
the other day uh, was the Belgian Double,
Oh,
which I know a bit samey, but they were just for me those three kits streets ahead of.
yeah. The Belgian
I
Double.
know that the lagers. I was stunned with the lagers. Mark did.
Yeah.
Uh, that we'll talk about a little bit about that, the lagers and things later, because we're going to talk about what we've learned from the whole thing at the end. We'll
Yeah.
come back to that.
Yeah.
Anyway, we had different snacks between all the courses, didn't we?
We
Well,
did.
we had samosas
Samosas.
with lager. We
Yeah,
had peanuts with the British beers.
that's right.
With the golden ales, we had
Olives, wasn't it?
olives and stuffed pepper stuff.
That's right. Yes.
And then we had those with the stouts. We had those
Bread things with the lentil
stuff
insert.
that market made.
Market made. Yeah.
And then we had two different cheese boards for the last two, but I
Yeah.
don't remember much of the last two.
No. And my default is always cheese. Those two cheese boards were magnificent, but I'm stuck between the samosas and those things that Mark made.
Yeah,
I think that's because there's more carbs in them to soak up the beer.
I picked the samosas not because I really like them, and it just went with the lager so well.
Didn't it? Yeah. Yeah, the lentils went with the stout, and it was the lentil bready type thing that Mark.
I think we paired all the foods up really, really well. Because I think this. Oh yes, I forgot about my beer.
Yeah, drink some. Very good for you.
Anyway, you're running out everything we did. 3 kits, 19 different beers.
Yeah.
Well, 18 different beers, but one was done a different way.
Yes.
What 3 kits would you buy again?
Really tricky. I think I would buy. I think because I don't know if I've made one. I haven't a Cooper's Lager.
Okay.
Okay, just because I haven't made one.
Right.
I don't know if I can include Young's American IPA because it's always going to come back. It's a perennial for me. So I don't know if I can include that. It will come back into my life at some point, and I don't think I'll ever do as good a job as I have done on that one.
No, I'd be frightened to get that because I know it would be as good.
Yeah, I know.
I'd be disappointed forevermore.
Yes. You did a grapefruit IPA from Beerworks, didn't you?
Lucky Freedom, yeah.
Yeah, I liked that. I think I'd probably go for that.
Yeah. It's
Well,
currently not, it's one of their limited edition ones. So it's,
oh, was it? Okay.
yeah.
That and again, I haven't done any Cooper's beers, I don't think. So I'd probably go for the Cooper's English Bitter.
Funny, that's on my list, Cooper's English Bitter,
Yeah.
because I was stunned, absolutely gobsmacked how good that was.
Now you must well, that comes with a caveat because it had been in storage for how long?
About a year,
Yeah.
2 months or whatever.
So if you
Um,
can give it that time, yeah.
yeah,
Um,
it see a kit like that. Bad Cat, I thought, well, I'll get that. Bad Cat, I'd find that hard leaving that for a year
yeah.
because it's quite good to drink fairly quickly. And I'd find that really hard putting that, keeping my mitts off for a whole year, for a whole
Yeah.
batch. But I'd go for the Belgian Double
Okay.
because I think that was tasting sublime after quite a short time, relatively a couple of months, I think.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, which if that'd been in the bottle a year, that would have destroyed everything on the day. It would have been so good.
Yeah. That beer, the history of it is that I had bought it ages ago. We did it for the channel, and it didn't work.
No,
But you saw something in it, didn't you, Nige?
I knew there was a good beer
Yeah.
underneath the homebrew errors.
It's true. These
It
things happen.
happens. It
You know,
happens.
it happens to the best of us. So I gave it another go. And if you'll indulge me for a little bit, I'm just going to see when I put it down.
While you're doing that, the third one I'd
Go on.
get again
Yeah.
would be the Cooper's 86-day Pilsner. I
Yes. Yeah.
Mark
Yeah.
got
Yeah. Yeah.
no, he'd used the proper Cooper's enhancer on it, and it was ready to drink quicker. And so I think next time I will do that one again because I've tried doing grain brews with lagers, and it's hard.
Yeah.
And if I could, those two Cooper's lagers he did, but they were outstanding.
They were absolutely bang on. They
And
really
if I could produce a lager as cheap, it's just cheaper using the kit. If I can get a taste like I got from those lagers on that day,
yeah.
I'll be happy with that. That's me summer beers for next year.
Yeah. Yeah, the double, I started brewing in that on the in 19th of Feb.
Yeah,
And I bottled it on the 15th of March. I'm not sure
right.
when it was we recorded, but
It was. Oh, that was. I think it must have been a month in the because it was about late March, early April. We recorded that.
yeah,
Oh, that's not bad. So
not
no,
bad.
somewhat my three were Cooper's
Yeah,
English Bitter,
yeah,
which I could get sneak one of those brews in, put it in the shed, and forget about it for a year.
yeah.
Uh, the Double, Belgian Double, and
And the Coopers.
the Coopers. Yeah,
Yeah,
Coopers are coming up quite highly in that.
yeah. Well, part of this leads into stuff that we learned from doing this,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
brew, bottle it, and leave it alone.
Leave it alone for as long as you can. I mean, there's a joke in there somewhere where you bottled something for 14 months, and I, in a slightly drunk camp state, went, quite a short time for you. Um, because you've been saving up stuff for so
Well,
long.
what happened? I did so many brews in a very short space of time
Yeah,
because there was lots of family parties happening. So I was actually brewing lots of different beers for these things for events.
yeah.
And at the end of it, I had just lots of odds and sods left over, and it was just all in the shed together. And that's why I had so many bits and pieces. I don't think that will happen again. I'm putting beers aside for next year's beer festival already.
Well, you know, I've got some American IPAs left over, and I've got some Doubles left over, and I've got a couple of Golden Stags, which weren't that good,
No, but
really.
if you could save a double, Belgian double for next year,
But I've stuck a load of those in a cupboard somewhere. I'm hoping that I'll lose my mind and I'll have to be led to where they are. But
oh, good man, good man.
hmm,
But that was number one takeaway. It's just the length of time, especially with the cheaper kits.
yes,
That because I just can't find a decent English bitter. I like my English bitters. I think the English bitter. I think I brewed all those for the
you
event.
did. Yes, you did. Yeah.
And that Cooper's and the triple tykes as well.
The triple tykes we tried. I don't know how long it was after you brewed it that we tried it on.
Yeah, I had just trouble with that brew. It was just that's why I didn't. I thought, oh, I don't want to do that one again.
Yeah.
But the Cooper's English bitter, I'm definitely going to do again.
Yeah.
I might not do it for the channel because I might actually pimp it up a bit. I might put some additional hops in, just a little.
Sure. Which leads us to another thing I think we discovered, which was pimping. Mark, certainly when it came to doing the Cooper's Lager.
Yeah.
You,
That's if there's one thing that you're going to do, if you get a lager kit and it's not lager yeast, throw it away and get a lager yeast. Someone, I can't remember who it was, but someone on the channel pointed out is it Novo or something?
yes, somebody did, Dave.
Which is a lager yeast which you can ferment at proper room temperature.
Yeah.
I've not tried it myself yet, but I might give that a go because that saves a bit of bother.
That would save bother. The problem is I can't. That's the sort of thing I can do at the moment. So I have to brew with a.
No, but the Nova yeast you could
Possibly, yeah, possibly could do.
So get hold of some of that and do your Coopers.
Try it.
Throw the Coopers stuff away that we used to wait and.
But let's face it, I've had plenty of successes with some of the Bulldog lagers.
Yeah,
with a beer yeast. So,
but what would they taste like with a proper lager yeast?
Who knows?
I
would be really impressed if they were any better. To be honest with you,
I know.
They were those two lagers I did. I forget what they were called now, but yeah, they were stonking.
The other thing,
yeah, but play with it. Try different things, and if you are going to try a lager, yeah, you're right. Try something.
The other thing it really hit home with me was the length of time when I brewed the Cooper's lagers. I've had to wait 6 months or a year before it's properly drinkable. Like Mark's was drinkable within a few weeks, and he'd used the Cooper's beer enhancer, not the normal dextrose or the And I thought I found that really interesting. So
I don't know anything about enhancers. Never tried it.
No. Well, Coopers have got they've got number one beer enhancer, number two.
Right.
I think number two gives it a bit more malty flavor, and number one's clear. I don't know which is which, but there's two different ones depending on how you like your beers.
Right. Okay.
It's a bit more expensive than getting a kilo of brewer's sugar.
Right. Okay.
So it bumps up the cost of the brew a little bit more. But if you're cutting down that wait time, it might be worth it.
Might be worth it. And let's face it, you're still getting between 35 and 40 bottles of beer.
Yeah, and
at an
it still
extraordinarily
works out
cheap price.
to be a pint.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah,
um, yeah, if you're gonna push the boat out and get a yeasty,
and that's the last takeaway is going out to the pub now. I went out last week to the pub. It's expensive.
it really is.
It really is. It hits home. Depending where you go, some rounds could just be a beer kit just for a couple of pints.
I went up to London to see the daughter a couple of weeks ago,
Yeah.
and I popped into a pub and I bought myself a pint of Camden Hell's Lager, £7.75.
Yeah.
It's again, that's London, so that there is a difference, I'm sure,
I know. I know.
but it's a lot of money.
Excuse me, sir. I saw you coming.
Having said that, in fairness, I went to a less fashionable area of London, and I found a quiet pub that was run by Fullers,
Oh,
and just 3 or 4 quid a pint.
that's a bit more reasonable. And what Fuller's beer did you?
I went for the strong one. I forget what it was now, to be honest with you.
ESB?
ESB. Well done. Yeah, you're not a fan of that, are you?
No, I've only had it in the bottle, and I'm not. It's too sweet for me.
It is a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
but from a tap, it's okay.
Yeah. Sorry. I forget we've got viewers on, and we're just getting into
We're just going
now.
to chat.
Uh,
So that's the takeaways, really.
yes.
Pimp it up with your yeast. Try if you have some hops about, try pimping your beer up with hops.
Yeah. As of today, which is start of August,
Mhm.
8th, 9th, I can't remember.
8th, I think.
No one has sent a video in for their own home beer festivals. I suspect this would happen. You're just not bold enough to do it. But next year, prepare it, do it, because get your pub, get your shed going, get your pub shed club going.
Yeah,
like the boys did.
because we know it's coming. It's going to be bigger.
Yeah, next
I'm going to
year's
have more
beer
beers
festival,
left over.
we
We've got
will
to
have
afford
more
to
beers
try.
next year.
Yeah,
One way or another, we've got to have at least 20 beers next year.
it will be considerably more than that, I would think. But yeah, I think we will do it again. And the thing is, you might not want to send in a video of it, but I hope that you are going to enjoy your home brew.
We just want a bigger spread of different beers. And what I really like is homebrew kits from other countries. Just to, because I've no idea what's available in America or Australia or Africa or whatever.
No.
Anyway, next year's beer kit festival will be big.
It will be big. Yeah, I'm invested in it because it worked so well. And if anybody takes anything away from this, it's the fact that it was just 4 blokes with a load of beer sat round. Yeah, we talked about the beer and we, and what we liked and what we didn't like and stuff like that. But basically, it's 4 blokes having a jolly good time together and drinking beer. And you know what? Life doesn't get much better than that.
No, and actually, if we never did this channel again, I'll still do that beer festival with our friends.
Yeah.
Because it worked well.
Yeah, it does. Because So if you can, if you can brew, get some mates around. If you don't want to film it and send it to us, don't.
But just do it.
But do it. Such a fucking good time.
We're waffling now.
Yeah, right. Yes, we've had some beer. We're getting a bit wistful. Yeah. So thanks for watching. There's more to come. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Goodbye.